Welcome back to the final week of Sherlocktober. I hope you guys have been having as much fun as I have. Dust and Shadow by Lyndsay Faye is an account of the Ripper killings, as told by Dr. John H. Watson. That's right, Sherlock takes on Jack the Ripper. I knew that I would have to read this book this month because it inspired Sherlocktober. There is currently an effort underway to make a musical adaptation of this book, and after hearing that, it just got me all intrigued about the various versions of Sherlock Holmes, and thus Sherlocktober was born. However, I wasn't sure that I would enjoy this book or even be able to finish it because of the subject matter. As a rule, I don't like reading disturbing things, and let's face it, Jack the Ripper is disturbing. Faye handles this aspect really well. She never actually shows us the bodies. Instead, she tells through dialogue that reads a lot like a coroner's report. The description is there, but it's all cold, hard facts. Now, usually I would not approve of telling versus showing, of giving me a mere impression as opposed to immersing me in detail, because it really cuts down on the emotion of the moment. But in this case, I felt that it was a far more respectful approach and that it was healthier for the story. These crime scenes are very grotesque and inhuman, and if they had been described in gory detail, I would not have been able to stomach it. I would not have enjoyed it, and I probably wouldn't have finished the book. Also, the emotion is not entirely lost in the piece because Faye vividly describes the reactions of the characters. Instead of using gore to get her point across, I felt that she used the much more powerful tool of character and human emotion. All in all, Faye handled this with great class. These scenes are still disturbing, and appropriately so, but they didn't put me off. Faye did an excellent job of capturing the voices of these so familiar characters. This reads almost exactly like an original Holmes story, but slightly modified for the modern reader. Holmes and Watson aren't quite as long-winded as they tend to be, and Faye made the story a little tighter and more succinct than Doyle often did, which I completely approve of. Sometimes Doyle's narration does lose my interest, but Faye kept my attention riveted with the fast pace. The mystery itself is excellent. It's convoluted and complicated and completely believable for a Holmes tale. Also, the mystery stands well on its own merits, not just as a stage for Holmes's deductive skills. This adventure takes a great toll on the characters, and I found those portrayals specifically utterly satisfying. Faye gets extra special bonus points for nailing Lestrade. He is perfectly captured, and everything that I absolutely love about him is in this book. I think he's one of the more underrated characters, and I love him. He's one of my favorite characters, and I have loved him in every version of Sherlock Holmes that I have seen. On my blog, as part of Sherlocktober, I have been doing the reasons I love Lestrade, and Faye hits every single one of them. And you will understand why I so heartily approve of her portrayal of him as soon as you hit page 290. Because it is just the epitome of Lestrade's pure awesomeness. Dust and Shadow by Lyndsay Faye gets 5 stars, and I would recommend this to any mature mystery lovers. But again, just be aware that there are some grisly and disturbing scenes in this book, so it is not for younger readers and not for the faint of heart. Thanks for watching. I hope this review helped you decide what to read or not to read, and I hope you'll like and comment and subscribe because I really love it when you do that. Thanks for joining me for Sherlocktober, and don't forget, throughout November I will be doing NaNoWriMo updates. Those should be pretty interesting.